We don't read about the small business that often that's breached. Isn't that scary? Yet, where are cyber hackers focusing their targets on? You guys, myself. Because it won't make the headlines. You remember the iCloud celebrity hack? The nude photos, I don't know, it was 100-something people up there. What happened? Right? What was the weakness there? Well, it was actually passwords. In the investigation of all those 100+ celebrities, every single one of them had weak passwords, poor security challenge questions. None of them had two-factor authentication, not one of them. You as a small business owner, you can actually prevent some of these attacks against you if you have a strong password. Putting the little sticky notes of their password on their monitor, on their drawer, under their keyboard. I see it in every single company I go to, and it's almost comical because you see it, you talk about the dangers of it, but people do it every single day. So what is it? It's again, people have to change the way they behave, the way they think about security, because part of the problem is really people. We tend to get lazy, all of us, myself included. Well, as we started developing these security tools and selling security tools, we became a victim of repeated hacks. And I see a debit $65,000 plus out of the checking account. I said, uh-oh, this is not good. So we had our debit card compromised, reissued, compromised, reissued. I said, what is going on here? Credit card compromised, reissued. It's happened 6 times now. Next, I find my Twitter account is hacked. What's going on here, right? Website security tested. And guess what? It was a well-known hacker that was doing this against us. That scared me. Go to the bank and what do they say to me? Don't worry, Mr. Schober, you'll get your money back. So of course I'll get my money back. I know I'm going to get my money back, but I want to know how this happened, and more importantly, how do I prevent it from happening again? My advice personally is don't pay that ransom. What happens when you pay the ransom? Anybody know? What happens if you pay that ransom? It's 300 bucks, bitcoins or something like that. What happens if I pay it?
Okay, but you don't know if it's going to happen again.
Yeah, maybe you got a 50-50. You also just emboldened the hacker. And now you go on, your name moves over to another list. And they say, Scott Schober, he's an idiot. He just paid the ransom. Keep targeting him. We went into the dark web and we delved in to look about specifically with credit card fraud. And what we found was it's extremely easy to pull up people's information when it was compromised. Name, address, social security, credit card, so on and so forth. Most of these are from Magstripes. When you're shopping, all of us shop. You swipe your card, and small business owners really want to think about this because there's a liability shift that occurred October 2015 of last year, where the major credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, they shifted the liability down to what? The merchants, the small businesses, the banks and issuers, right? You've got a shift of this happening if you don't upgrade to the newer chip and pin technology. You take this piece, and right when you start putting a puzzle together, what do? You start to see the picture eventually. That's how people will socially engineer an identity theft or a compromise on your credentials. With time, they can do it. The dark web, if you dig into it and understand a little bit about the dark web, it's not like your traditional, we always use a search engine, Google or whatever else we use. It's indexed. So things are very well organized. In the dark web, it's kind of like the Wild West. You can't just type in a search and find something. Plus, the hackers have websites or stores where they're selling everything from, drugs, guns, passwords, credit cards, anything you want. You want to buy a person, you can buy a person. I know it sounds crazy. Everything's for sale on the dark web. 156 million phishing emails are sent every day by cyber criminals globally. 156 million. So those emails go out every day, 156 million. Out of that, about 16 million emails make it through the spam filters, so very small amount. And it's like 7 to 8 million people actually open that email, and out of that, 80,000 people, which is about 10%, fall for the scam and click on it and get redirected to a website